I think today we'll be talking a lot about FUSD and the path from a couple of weeks ago and the path moving forward. It's an important project for the ecosystem. It's also important to understand that it's something that will need to be worked on for a while. Not just this one fix that will come, I hope, next week. Maybe I'm too positive, but like at least the week after that. But I think after that as well, we need to make other things not more utility necessarily, but like we had some ideas in the community to make you able to basically take ETH and lock it on Ethereum and then mint the FUSD and send it to Neo instead of sending your Ethereum to Neo. So stuff like that as well. It's a work in progress and it will take time. It's basically a path no one else has gone before us right now. Over collateralized stablecoin someone had done, but solving the $1 peg downwards hasn't been solved in the way that we want to solve it. And we don't want to solve that by letting people in one-to-one with a different centralized stablecoin, because that will basically jeopardize the whole integrity of the project.
Yeah, we have kind of like two issues right now, and they're kind of one and the same, but you can look at them in two different ways. We have the overpeg, and we have some unfair rewards, I would say. And who's to say what's unfair? I guess that's subjective, but it's unfair in the sense of what the Flamingo platform is looking for in terms of user actions and what we end up with. So people now staking in the FUSD pool could just buy FUSD and stake. With regards to the platform, that doesn't really help it grow that much. With FUSD, if that grows, Flamingo grows. It's becoming an integral part of Flamingo with its own stablecoin, and it also causes the overpeg. That kind of unfair reward system that doesn't really give rewards to the people trying to make
making
Flamingo.
the product. So when you buy
Yes.
FUSD, it should be basically because you want to hold a stablecoin instead of speculating in it, basically, or staking it, because that token is already created and is already on the market. So buying it from the pool to just stake back in the pool doesn't actually give any more FUSDs. So that's why we need to make it just as sexy lending it as buying it, because right now if you want to lend it and you want to feel safe, you go for 20 or 25% loan to value, and that's 1/4 of what others can buy it for. So so you're like 1/4 down already. So it doesn't make sense basically to lend to stake instead of just buy to stake with these rewards right now.
Exactly. So we get someone on stage?
Yeah, S47 Hussein, welcome up. You're muted.
Is it up to us to unmute, or I think it's...
Oh, I think it's up to him.
Yeah. You're currently muted. Try to check your mic settings on Discord to unmute yourself.
Yeah, until he's ready, we can continue to talk about that, because it's a work in progress, basically making something that's new and unique. So I did expect some overpeg. No, never underpeg, because that doesn't make sense at all. Then people with loans will just buy them to repay. It's simple as that. But when people are willing to buy it for like this 20% premium, if you think that the API will be there for a while, then of course you will make that money back. But Right now, I think it will take you 70 days or something to just make the premium back. So it's
Yeah, and
it's
it's
not
up
a
to us to make the changes to incentivize the
lenders. Yeah,
beneficial behavior of users, I would say.
yeah,
Not
yeah. Of
not the
course.
correct, because who's to say what's correct? And we can't tell people what to do with their money, but we can indeed choose where to give rewards and what to incentivize. And that's what's the new change is all about. And it opens some other possibilities for Flamingo as well, giving boosted APRs on different pools for different benefits for the platform. Maybe we're not sure, but it definitely will solve some issues with the overpay right now, because lending will give you more rewards than just buying. So
Yeah,
as we know, like it's
lending and staking. So it will be
yeah,
based on it will be based on how much you lend. So basically, you can also lend and sell and still get extra rewards for the total loan you have. Because what we want to incentivize, it's not just that you lend something and just have it in your wallet. That doesn't help anything. But if you lend to sell, you're a part of the market. And if you lend to stake, you're a part of the market. So as soon as you have those two, you will then get rewards, but then it's 4 different pools. So let's say you stake in all the 4 different pools. You can then adjust the allocation. Let's say I have a loan of 10,000 FUSD. I want 2,500 FUSD to count towards this pool. I want 2,500 to count towards this pool. So you have like 100%, and you can adjust how much you want to what pool. So if you're in 2 pools, you can say that this one I want 100% to, and the second one I don't want any extra bonus.
should I post a spoiler maybe?
Yeah, you can post a spoiler if you have one, and I can invite Dump It. I think it's Ionis. Like after this nickname changes, it's impossible to say who's who.
Ioannis. He's Ioannis.
Yeah.
Hello everyone,
Hello.
how are you doing?
Good.
Really
We're doing
good. And you?
we're doing fine. We're looking at the prices not dumping.
Yes, this is my issue. I need market to dump.
Okay, why didn't you say that before? So let us fix that for you.
Yes, I will appreciate it.
Yeah. No.
So
No.
yeah, go on.
No. I was
You
like,
go.
no, it's not.
No.
We can't do that.
Yeah. So I want to talk a little bit about how to connect FUSD with other blockchains. I think this is very important issue to let an inflow into Neo ecosystem. I remember what one guy write on the general that he wanted to mint FUSD, but he's particularly don't trust in Neo. So, and we talk about with you, Ott,
Yeah.
we can make small dApps on other blockchains, so they can't mint FUSD by locking Ethereum or other, I don't know, like Ethereum or Bitcoin on Ethereum blockchain. So I think this is a good solution to
Yeah.
make people out. Yeah.
We absolutely write it down and talked about it, and actually supporting EVMs. Then we have to make the FUSD and Vault contract into Solidity contracts. But it makes a lot of sense doing it that way. Also, those that come from outside outside Neo would, I think, have less interest rate, not much, but a little less interest rate, but they will never get the benefits from the staking, like bonuses. If you want the benefit to the staking bonuses, you have to lend on Neo. But then if you just want to come in with FUSD and lock up your Ethereum on Ethereum, it makes a lot of sense to do it that way. And then you can use your FUSD on Neo, basically. And then Flamingo can harvest from other chains the interests, and it will then go into the fund and security fund, and that will just enrich the economy of Neo and Flamingo in general. but it's a long stretch to make the new Solidity contract, and it has to be audited and stuff like that. But we have all the logic from the old one, so it's just about time. So I don't see it happening before the summer, unfortunately.
Oh, okay, it's fine. So one more thing. When do you think the audit of smart contract will be finished, and hopefully
next Wednesday.
as well? Okay.
Yeah,
That's
so
good.
so it's in audits now. Actually, yesterday we figured out that we needed to change a little bit on the algorithm, but that doesn't have basically anything to do with the audit. So Red for Sec is working on it. The contract is basically finished. It's on testnet. The front end is being integrated. We did a lot of work on that yesterday and a lot of work on that today. I also did some other minor changes to the front end yesterday with adding this new fields. I'm open to name suggestions, but like this margin price and price change. So it's like basically you can see what price you're when you're at 40%, what the price of the collateral is. So for my loan, if Neo goes to $5, that's my margin price, and that's a change of like 40% or something down. So that's a change, and also for convert, we added these small tokens, so you can just click them to select this fast select, if you would like to call it that.
I think that's good. Good small improvements.
Yeah.
Quality of life stuff. It's nice to have. And I've
Okay,
been working. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, that's this is my final question. So that's all from me. So I'm going out.
Very nice questions. Very nice questions. So thanks a lot for coming up
Bye.
on stage.
Thank you.
Let's try S47 Hussein again. See if he has something to.
Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Hello. Actually, I'm Said Hussain from India.
Welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, my question is like the Flamingo token has increased in August. Like he said, it has a good increase in August and last April 2022 and August 22.
You were
And
thinking about the price increase?
Is it possible the price will increase now? The trend line goes like last August, June, July, August 2022.
Let me say this: it's possible for the price to go up, down, and sideways. Nothing more than that we can tell you. We don't really comment on price like that.
No, but one thing is commenting on price. It's basically not up to us. It's like it's up to the market.
It's up to the market.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about the like market analysis according to you, sir? Is it the market cap could double this time? Is it possible to double, sir?
I would say everything is, of course, possible, but we don't like give financial advice like that. You shouldn't really ask us for technical analysis or market analysis at all. If you were to ask us any development questions or questions regarding the platform, we would be the perfect people to answer. But we're not day traders. We're we're developers and creators, moderators here on this team. So unfortunately, we can't really tell anything that would happen in one day or even 1 week from now. It's impossible for us to say.
All right. And what about the Flamingo, sir? Like, is it flawless? Is it complete? Or is there anything changed there is need to make?
There's change happening all the time. As you might be aware, we just released the stablecoin FUSD, and there's some changes coming to that to fix some would say minor issues with it. It was more popular than we thought. So that's maybe a good thing. It was too much buy pressure on it, and we're making some changes to incentives to make sure that it's not that overpegged, and we're making some other improvements to that, maybe making it cross chain as well. That's one thing that Mr. Google has commented on, and we're thinking of implementing. So if Flamingo is flawless, I wouldn't say. There's a little bit bugs here and there, but it's working fine and been working fine for a long time. And we're just continuing building and building and building. And to comment on anything on price, I think that will be the decisive thing in the end, that we continue to build and try to make it flawless.
All right, sir. Like, what is your actual competitor in the crypto market for now, sir?
That would be central exchanges and other decentralized exchanges right now. Competitors could be something like PancakeSwap. We could also say something like Uniswap, but I think they're too rigid and they're gonna stay more in the conservative space and not do the same innovation that we do. With PancakeSwap being on the Binance Smart Chain, same innovation could be possible, but we see that they copy some things that we do. So maybe they are the closest competitors, that we look at them and they look at us in that sense. And central exchanges, they got this huge block called blind trust. Actually, and on a decentralized platform like Flamingo, you can always look on chain for everything happening with the token allocation and wallets owning, who is owning what and everything. So I guess there are definitely competitors out there, but it's hard to determine which are the real competitors in the terms of that we're a token. Like every other crypto project is a competitor, because people in crypto invest in different cryptos, and the DeFi space could be PancakeSwap in the exchange as a whole. It would be Binance and other central exchanges. So yeah, we're definitely not alone.
Right, all right, sir. And one more question, sir.
Sorry,
Now,
what?
what are the positive correlated currencies for FLM Flamingo, sir?
New
I didn't catch
currencies.
the question.
I guess he asked
Which
new
are
new
positively
currencies.
correlated currencies in Flamingo, FLM for Flamingo? Like Flamingo rises, those currency also rises.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's
that would be like a market analysis again. I guess maybe you can find some correlation yourself, but I do see,
already, yeah, it's there on the
yeah,
internet, right?
yes, I do see that there is some seems to be some correlation to the market in general. So if the market kind of crashes, it goes down, and if the market goes up, Flamingo tends to go up. So seem to be connected to the crypto market at least. And there are some other tokens, except for the stablecoins, that are separated a little bit from the market. And that's cool to see. Gas is sometimes separated from the market, I can see, but most cryptos, except for the stables, I would say 99% is related to the market in general, and most of the market is, by market share, is controlled by Bitcoin, I guess. But don't take my word at it. I'm not a day trader or technical analyst at all.
And one more joke, actually, don't take it to the heart. Actually, it's just a joke. And you don't care about the market, right? You are technical people. Is that right?
We do care, but we can't
Okay.
advise. So it would be wrong in our position to do so. I hope you understand that.
Yeah, yeah. And just
Yes.
joking. Like you are working on the technical side. Like market high, the it goes higher, it goes downwards. It is according to the market, not on technical. Right? Is that right?
Yeah, different way to say that. It's we're building in bull or
Yeah.
bear markets, up or down. We're building, we're creating,
Mm.
we're trying to make a difference, I guess. So
Yes.
in that sense, you are totally correct, and that's not even a joke.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you so much for
Thank
your
you.
questions.
Yeah, I'm just a beginner actually.
Oh, welcome.
Oh, yeah, just had a good interaction with the technicals. It's very amazing to see you help me. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Goodbye. Have a nice day.
Love you, brother. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Did we lose Mr. Google, or was there just too
Yeah.
many
Back.
screens on the...
My power just
It's back.
went out, so I'm struggling with getting in my internet back up and running.
All right. But now you're back.
Yeah, on the phone.
Okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
So, is there any other people who want to come up on stage and asking questions? There's a lot of good questions today, I would say. So,
Okay.
anyone want to join us? Please raise your hand.
I'm recording this community Lagoon, and for the people that cannot, that are not be here, and I want to ask the new options of the Order Book Plus, if that's okay, so they can listen the updates here.
Yeah, of course. With the update of the order book, one issue we have now is that the order book and the AMMs are separated. So it becomes two markets. And in some cases, it becomes hard to keep them in sync. And that could cause, like the graph showing one thing, that the price has moved beyond your target price and your order wasn't triggered. And that leads to bad user experience, and we are aware of that. Hence the big message that it's in beta on the site. But what we aim to do with the next version of Order Book Plus is to merge those two markets to be one. The automated market maker that you do the normal converts in now if you don't go on convert on our site, and connect those with the order book so that they're all the same. That would guarantee that your trades get triggered automatically. The challenge with that is to make it as cheap and as efficient as possible in terms of users not having to pay too much gas to do trades, and prioritizing orders in the books compared to the automated market maker. So it's a bit of a challenge, but we're really far on the smart contract development on that new version. But there was things that were supposed to be released at the same time or shortly after, like FUSD, that took precedence over us finishing the order book. So that was kind of sad, but we had to focus our development on making sure we could launch Flamingo Lend and FUSD. But we're back on it now. So hopefully we will be able to launch that shortly after then updates to FUSD staking. We just have to do quality assurance that we always do, and have a solid testing phase to make sure we don't do anything wrong. But that pretty much sums up what the new order book will do, and that's maybe on a technical level, but for the users, it will make sure that you have even a better price impact, because it's possible to have a lot more volume closer to the current price. So that means that you don't have to move the price too much when you're making bigger orders. And it's also makes it possible for you to go to sleep and put a limit order and have it being triggered during the night if there's some kind of price action. And that's really a big feature that Flamingo is missing right now, because they are separated. You can't be really 100% sure that the order is going to be triggered. So you don't sleep with confidence, I should say. So that's what we aim to do.
Yeah.
It will also be a transition period between the front end will, of course, transition right over to the new Order Book Plus. But for people running arbitrage bots or other bots that invoke the contracts directly, those endpoints will be proxied later on. So there will be a transition period, if I remember correctly, Adrian, for people that,
Yes.
yeah. So
It's
they
the
will
most
then
safest way to
update.
do the change. Yes.
Yeah.
So for everyone trading on the front end, it's not an issue at all. You will use the order book and get the lowest price impact possible. It will make trades a bit more expensive gas-wise. So Flamingo will not be like the best place to do $1 swaps. But again, that's not what driving volume, I guess. So yeah, that's the only drawback from it. But then again, you don't have the price impact. So if you do $100 swap today, you maybe have a price impact of 0.1% or something like that. But then with the new order book, you will have a price impact of 0%.
Yes, doing the $1 trades, it will be possible though, but might
Yeah,
be.
it's possible, but it's like it costs you maybe like 0.05 gas extra.
Yes,
So
might be.
yeah,
If there's orders close to that price, then they might be triggered. If it's not, then
yeah,
actually
then it's
the
cheaper actually.
gas.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, that's true.
yeah. So it depends. So it might be that $1 trades is bad to do, but we'll see. Depends on how the depth in the order book will play out, I guess. How people will place their orders. If there's not that many orders close to the current price, then it won't be much change for the small traders.
Is there a foreseen difference between Neon Vault and the Neoline Vault about Order Book Plus? Will it work perfectly with those both wallets, or it will be special for Neoline or something like that? Did you plan something about it?
There was an issue initially with Neon not supporting this setting the extra or adding extra gas fees. That might be something you need for the order book because people might trade at the same time, and if there's more orders to look through to check if you're supposed to take each other's orders, then you have to add some extra gas, and the wallet needs to know about that so that it can do it for you. And Neon didn't have it at the moment when we first implemented the order book, so the chance of it maybe having a faulty transaction was a little bit higher on Neon than on Neoline. But they have since updated the wallet, so it's possible to do this. So I think on a technical level, there won't be any difference, I guess. I will have to check and do testing with all wallets to see if there's going to be some small quirks and differences. But my guess is that will be totally the same.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
So, is there anyone who wants to ask any questions in the audience? You can also write in general or any place else. No one? No? Okay. Then we'll just go back to talking about coffee, I guess. No, we can. We can talk a little bit more about the lending protocol, I guess, because what I'm eager to do is maybe launching other stablecoins as well in the end, like having euro for me living in Europe. That will be really cool to see. You don't see that much on chain, at least stablecoins for other currencies. It's a bit of a challenge because you need to have some sort of price discovery for the assets, and that would require kind of a different stablecoins to compare your own stablecoin to, like we have with USDT. And once we bring in BUSD or maybe DAI or different coins or USDC, then we can compare against those with the dollar as well. But with the euro, you need to bring in one of those assets if you're not doing it more centralized, where you can trust our price oracles to fetch the price of euro, but I would love to see FEUR on Flamingo and other synthetic assets like oil and gold. And I guess the gold is possible with because we have packs so that we can compare the price to. I'm not sure about you other mods. Are you eager to see more synthetic assets?
Yeah,
Actually, that
No.
Always, whenever I see that we're using stablecoin in the plural sense, not potentially not just FUSD, but other stablecoins on Flamingo, it definitely raises some excitement, and I raise my eyebrows a little bit, like, I wonder what other stablecoins might end up on Flamingo. So definitely excited to see more.
Yeah, it's a plan to integrate some other stablecoins as well. We know people have different preferences. The main stablecoin on Flamingo will be FUSD for trading pairs, but then we can have some FUSD pools together with other stablecoins like we have now FUSDT. But we need time. FUSD need time to grow. It needs time to adapt. It needs new development. It's an ongoing living organism that needs to be added more utility and needs to be added more demand and supply based on the differences that's coming. Like people want it to be listed on a centralized exchange. If we were to do that now, I guess like FUSD would be the best token to invest in. So yeah, we need to do everything a step at a time, and it's really important that people understand that we know that it's a really simple solution to fix this issue. It takes us 1 minute to add to the config FUSDT, minting 1-to-1, and then we solve the issue of the peg, and then people can repay loans and everything like that. So it's not that it's a situation that's not solvable. It's 100% solvable, but we don't want to solve it in that manner because then we're just a copy of DAI basically, and it's no reason to create a decentralized stablecoin that's backed by centralized stablecoins.
Okay, so
Yeah, so having it 100% algorithmic, it's been tried and it has failed in different projects because it turns out you can have greed there as well in the terms of Luna, and I guess the trust of algorithmic stablecoins has faded, and the interest and over collateralized is good, and that's been done before as well. But as you say, like it's usually backed then by a huge chunk of centralized stablecoins backing over collateralized decentralized stablecoin, and in that sense, it's not decentralized anymore. So going down that path, I don't like it. But
And it's a real big struggle that we've been working on, like how to tackle this without just running to the simplest solution that's out there. So that solution is there. It will always be there if it takes too much time or if we're not able to solve it anywhere else. The peg will always go back to 1 because then we will just add the FUSDT and people can mint. So it's not an unsolvable problem, but nobody has solved it in a decentralized manner where they don't like depend on a centralized entity.
Yep.
okay, so
I think we're getting close to do that. But I still think that we maybe need a couple of adjustments more if we introduce more demand, because now we make sure that it's good for you to lend, just as good for you to lend that it is to buy. So you get 4 times more back if you lend and stake versus just buying it and staking. And then maybe we need to do something with the security fund, that the added security fund is able to mint something to keep the peg down to 1 based on some other collateral. Yeah, but we can look at that. I like the idea of having all these EVM contracts so people can lock tokens on different chains and then cross-chain the FUSD to Neo to use it here.
Or
the
on the other
changes-
chain if they want to, of course.
No,
Yeah.
but yeah, if they want to, but then like I
Mm.
think, in my opinion, it's not about creating a market for FUSD on the other chain. It's more about creating a way for people to not need to take their assets to Neo. So it's not. Yeah, I don't think you need to build big liquidity pools, let's say on Binance Smart Chain, because you can have this Vault contract and a FUSD contract, and people lock, let's say BNB, and they mint FUSD, and then they send FUSD to Flamingo, and they can use it there. That doesn't require a liquidity pool on Binance Smart Chain, but yeah, of course, in time you can always grow that way as well.
Yeah, I just mean that it doesn't hurt to have FUSD then automatically available on other chains
course
as well.
not.
Because
Of course not.
because you automatically open the cross-chain door for
Yeah.
FUSD. Yeah.
Yeah, so then of course there can be made liquidity pools, and other platforms can use the token as well. Like with DAI, a lot of platforms use DAI. They don't have to ask for permission because it's a stablecoin, decentralized, so they can just like bridge that in, or if you're on Ethereum, you can just use DAI in your project. So of
Yeah.
course, having FUSD available on other chains, and if we are able to solve this and actually be the first truly decentralized stablecoin, I guess that will be interesting for a lot of projects to see how they can incorporate FUSD, because FUSD is then not backed by a centralized financial institution.
Yes. That should be the like main utility for it.
Yeah.
So that's why
Yeah.
we do, that's why we don't want a simple approach of just relying on another central player.
These changes that will be made to the reward system, that'll happen sometime.
You were lagging, so I just heard sometime.
Sorry, am I still lagging?
Better now.
No.
I was just asking if these changes to the reward system are being planned for sometime in February.
Yeah, as long as things go according to plan. Right now it looks good. Everything looks good. It's in audits, no feedback yet, so that's a positive. So as soon as they are done with it and we have tested things on testnet and integrated what we need to do, it's good to go. So hopefully 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks from now, maybe 3 weeks, and then it's up and running.
Hopefully, we never know, but
Yeah,
we try our
it can
best.
be before as
Yeah.
well, but yeah.
Yeah.
So that it's not up to us basically. It's up to the quality of the code.
Yeah.
I have another question for the listeners. I have heard some people DM'd me about something like currently for FUSDT to bridge your FUSDT inside the Neo chain, you need to use Ethereum. Are there any plans to implement different bridges like sending your FUSD to BNB chain? Is it okay? I mean, are you able to bridge, or there are no plans about doing
Yeah,
it?
the plan then is to use BUSD, because that has a lot more liquidity on Binance Smart Chain than USDT. I think, at least from what I can remember from our research. So then if you want to go to Binance Smart Chain, you just use BUSD instead of USDT.
I see people are scared of these expensive Ethereum chain fees, so they need
Yeah, of course.
they need to wait BUSD then. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And we're usually able cross-chain wise to do anything that Poly Network does. because that's our cross-chain infrastructure, and we have a close relationship with the team. So we just ask them if there's something that's not available yet. So there, with a new version of Flamingo coming that has a better wallet overview with regards to depositing and withdrawing, and maybe there will be some changes there as well. And it could be a use case to take USDT to other chains as well, but I'm not sure it's that easy in Flamingo's case, because there are some different legacy contracts on Ethereum being triggered going back and forth on Flamingo, because Flamingo is really old in the DeFi space. So we've had cross-chain for quite a while. It's not sure that we can just replace the way the cross-chain works for USDT, but with new tokens, there's new possibilities.
BUSD then.
Yeah.
USD then, yeah.
BUSD, but also USDC and to different chains. So some tokens could be possible to bridge to different chains, and I think that's maybe nice from a user perspective. Like when you're on Binance, which chains do you want to withdraw to? You don't have to be set to just one chain. From a user perspective, it would be nice to have multiple options to withdraw. I think that's nice, but might not be
Yeah.
possible for some of the tokens, but might be possible with others.
Yeah, so that's something that would be great in the future when Poly Network also have support for USDT on, let's say, Binance Smart Chain, or USDT as a special case because it's legacy. But let's say USDC, if they have support for that on Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain and Tron and whatnot, then people can basically withdraw to the chain that they want. So that's the plan now that your Neo wallet becomes, let's call it the account that you use on Flamingo. So you then deposit or withdraw from your Neo wallet to other chains.
It's difficult to understand wrapping when you're a new user.
Yeah, so I think like deposit and withdraw will make a lot of sense, and then you just select like, okay, I have BUSD and I want it on my Binance Smart Chain. So I connect. I think one of the things that we also need to integrate is then good support for MetaMask. I think that will be much simpler for supporting all the EVMs instead of having like Binance wallet and these chain-specific wallets. So then you just like select the network on your MetaMask and send your tokens to Binance Smart Chain. And the same way in, then you have like you deposit, you connect your MetaMask, and then you connect your, let's say, Neoline wallet, or if it's already connected, then you select the token and you deposit it into Neo.
Yeah, can be much easier than it is right now, and we're aiming for the solution you're explaining there, because that's I'm excited about it when you're explaining it, even.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
now it's a hassle with
No,
all the
but it's
wallets.
like, yeah, it's really hassle.
Yeah.
I have another
All right.
question regarding Flamingo Lend. The devs. Can you hear me? Am I
Shoot.
lagging?
Yep. You're good.
Is there a possibility to ever or borrow non-stable coins? For example, could I borrow FLM in the future? That's not technically pegged to anything?
You could. It's a matter of if we want to provide it as a service. It's also possible to do peer-to-peer lending in some sense. It all depends on what we want to do and how it would benefit the platform. I know people want leverage, and like when you're using the platform as is now, you're locking up that collateral, so there's some opportunity cost there because you're not using those assets for something else. But right now you're using them for staking, I guess. Some people are using them for leverage to buying more bitcoins. Maybe that's the possibility. And in that sense, maybe it makes sense to have kind of FLM, but I think that's the only token we could do, because
Wait,
otherwise,
I just got a cool idea. If you want to lend to stake, why couldn't that just be like a contract where you add interest rates, and then you borrow, let's say Bineo and FLM, and that contract stakes it for you. So you will get the yield from it, but you have to pay the interest rates. But then people can borrow out Bineo and people can borrow out FLM. That way you don't need the collateral.
that would be the peer-to-peer solution, right? You're talking
Yeah.
about people lending and people borrowing from each other.
Yeah, but
Yes,
like
yep.
not that you give me the tokens. The tokens is still locked in a contract, but right now I'm borrowing them in the contract and staking them. So I have to repay the tokens, but I also have then to repay the interest rates and have some security deposit there as well for impermanent loss. So you don't
Yep.
like need. Yeah, it would be hard because then everyone would just lend everything to stake it. So
As you can maybe hear, it's not on the roadmap. but like different tokens or different stable coins like F euros or something, that's definitely on our mind to do the other synthetic assets, or it's not necessarily will be under the LEM platform for things like gold or oil or other derivatives, but we definitely want to have other assets as well, and
yeah,
euro
but
is maybe next up on Lend,
yeah,
I guess.
one
Yeah.
thing that's important now, and we're really good at forgetting it, is that we will continue like fixing FUSD and then get the order book plus, and then we will start doing basically, let's call it marketing. Let's getting new people, get more people using the platform.
Yep.
So basically that's the biggest thing on the roadmap for this year. We just need to finish what we started, make it more user friendly for new people to come in, and then have the focus on growing the platform. So after that, you can naturally go back and build more, and then do another like growth hack. But now I think it's really important because we spend so much time building. I think it's really important that we also start to like take off the developers hats and like start to think, how can we attract new users? How can we get more people into Neo? How can we show everything that we build, this nice platform that we have? So that's one of the biggest things this year, and I know that me and Atlasor is forgetting it all the time because we love to build new stuff. Like right now, where we're talking about like lending different tokens, and we get ideas, and yeah. So basically, FUSD, the order book plus, and then cleanups, and then it's growth. That's the only plan for this year. Start using some marketing money, having trading competitions, attracting more people. I think that's the natural next step to take.
Yeah, and adding tokens might be part of that strategy as well.
Yeah, of
Of
course.
course. So like the Lend contract was created with different stable coins or other assets than just FUSD in mind. So it's actually
Yeah.
ready for having other assets. It's just about a matter of the price discovery to know when to liquidate and how much you can mint based on your collateral. That's all based on price discovery, and it's done in two parts. It's on chain and off chain. And if we don't have the assets that we try to mimic on chain, we only have to rely on off chain, and that's too centralized. So that's the only thing holding us back to adding other issues, other not issues, other tokens on Lend. So that's part of actually the platform right now. So that
And
doesn't
also
cost anything.
solve the first one first.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Yeah.
Now let's add a couple more. The way the history we have right now is like you will have this huge buy pressure because everyone is like want to have the profits from their stable coins.
We're making the best stablecoins ever,
Yeah.
overpaid.
No, but I think like
yeah.
it's a good opportunity for people to take a loan and actually get around, is it 17% or something now, more value out of their tokens. of course, do your due diligence, check that's like you can afford it. But like if you're buying Bitcoin right now, it's like you can get it 17% cheaper if you use FUSD.
Yep.
So and that peg will go back to 1, but it can take some time. So, but we have the simple solution to fix that. So that can be fixed in like a day, but that's the last resort, basically.
Yeah. All right. The time is coming to an end.
Oh yeah.
It's been a long talk about FUSD today. Some other questions regarding the market in general. That's always interesting. I think you were going for most of that, Odd, but
Yeah, I think so.
yeah.
Yeah, I got stuck in my chair again. You know, when the power goes, I can get out of the chair.
Kind of a jail cell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I've been like 20, 30 kilos, like more weight, I would be stuck here.
Yeah. It's the reason why you can't get fat then. That's good.
Yeah.
uh,
It's like second time in 2 weeks it's happening now. So I think it's like God sending me a signal to keep exercising.
yeah. Or maybe go outside.
Yeah, but that's not so fun. No, but good. It was great. We will schedule a new one for the 28th of February. Hopefully more people will join. It's been a pleasure to have you all here, and it's really nice of you that joined. Hope all your all your questions are answered. So until next time, we're always on Discord, of course. If it's anything, tag us or open a ticket if you have any issues. Sounds good?
Right. Catch you next time.
Yeah, we are here
Yeah,
to help.
catch you next time.
See you all.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Everyone.
Bye.